Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Happy Monday to all of you guys. So, tonight we're doing subjective pronouns, all right? So, tonight we're doing subjective pronouns. Last week we did pronoun. Okay, last week we did noun. We talked about what is a noun. A noun is a person, a place, an animal, or a thing. Tonight, we're going to do subjective pronouns. So, when we're talking about subjective pronoun, we're talking about I for me, he for a man or for a boy, she for a woman or for a girl, it for a thing. For example, a park. It is a park. A building. A chair. A table. An animal. You. I'm talking about you that is watching me. We for you and I. They for them. All right? So now we have I for myself, he for a man or a boy, she for a woman or a girl, it for a thing, a park, a building, an animal, a chair, a table, anything that is not a person, basically. You for you guys that are watching me, we for you and myself included, they for everyone. All right. So now we're going to do some stuff together. Amanda works. If I say Amanda works, Amanda is a woman. So keep in mind, third person singular, you need to add an S with the verb. How do I know when to add an S? If I'm talking about one man, I need to add an S. If I'm talking about one woman, I need to add an S. Or if I'm talking about one thing, I need to add an S. That's what we call third person singular. He works, she works, it works, I work, you work, we work, they work. All right. So you will notice when I'm talking about myself, when I'm talking about you, or when I'm talking about you and myself included, meaning we, when I'm talking about different people, I don't add the S. You should only add the S with one woman, one man, or one thing. Amanda works. So if I want to use the subjective pronouns, I will say she works. She is the same as Amanda. So if I say she, I'm talking about Amanda. Next, Almatone works. Almatone is a man, so therefore I need to add an S with the verb. Or I can use the subjective pronoun and say, he works. Amanda and Almatone work. Now, we're talking about two people right now. So I cannot say she works. I cannot say he works because we're talking about two individuals. So therefore, I have to say they. They work. The dog runs. All right. So now this is what we're going to do right now. Okay. So I wrote some sentences on the board. You and I, we're going to do them together. Remember, when I say I am talking about myself. When I say she, I'm talking about a girl or a woman. When I say he, I am talking about a man or a boy. When I say it, I'm talking about a thing. It can be a park, it can be a pen, it can be a chair or a table. It can be anything that is not a person. It can also be an animal. Keep that in mind. When I say we, I'm talking about myself and you. When I say they, I'm talking about many people. All right. So over here, I have the dog runs. The dog runs. So if I want to use the subjective pronouns to write the sentence, what do you think I will write? The dog runs. So remember, I have an S right here because third person singular. So we're doing the dog runs. So right here, I will write it runs. It meaning the dog. So that is a pronoun, all right? The dog runs, or I can say it runs. Next, the dog and cat run. Right here, you will notice I didn't add an S. The reason why I didn't add an S, although I said when we're talking about third person singular, you need to add an S. But keep in mind, anything more than one, it's not singular, it's plural. So right here, the dog and the cat, it's not it anymore, it's they. Anything more than one is they. If I'm talking about two females, they. Two males, they. Or two things, they. So right here we have they run. So no S. Next, my students, there's an S right here. So it's plural. My students study. My student study. So if I have my students study, obviously it's more than one student. So therefore I'm going to use they. They study. Who are they? My students. All right. Then we have over here, Colbert is nice. Colbert is nice. Colbert is the man. So I'm going to say he is nice. He is nice. Who is he? Colbert. Brooklyn, I forgot to add an N. Brooklyn is a city. Brooklyn is a city. Brooklyn is not a person, right? So it's a thing. So therefore, I'm going to say it because it is a city. A city is not a person. So therefore, I'm going to say it is a city. It is a city. So if I was to ask, who is it or what is it? Brooklyn, it is a city. My parents love my car. My parents over here, we're not talking about one parent. We're talking about both parents because there is an S. My parents love my car. So if I'm talking about more than one parent, so therefore I'm talking about they. They love my car. Who are they? My parents. I can say my parents love my car or they love my car. All right, my parents love my car or they love my car. Next, we have my parents and I love the car. My parents and I love the car. Now, we're talking about both parents and myself included because I said my parents and I. So remember, we use we when we're talking about ourselves with someone else. So I can use the word we if I'm talking about myself and someone else, or myself and you included. So we love the car. We love the car. So who are we? My parents and I. All right? My parents and I. This is subjective pronouns. All right? Amanda works. She works because Amanda is she. Almatone works or he works. Almatone is a guy, so therefore we have to use he. Amanda and Almatone work. Now, we have two people right here. So I cannot say she work. Neither can I say Almatone work. So we have two people. So therefore I have to say they work. Since I'm talking about two people, no S. The dog runs. The dog runs. Now, we're talking about one dog because there's no S right here. So, since we are talking about one dog, I have to add S with the verb. It runs or the dog runs. The dog and cat run. Why didn't I add an S right here? Because we have two different animals. We're talking about two animals right here. So since we're talking about two animals instead of one, I cannot add the S, all right? So the dog and cat run or they run. Then we have my students study. My students study. Again, if you look up on the board, you will notice students has an S. So since the word students has an S, I know that we're talking about more than one student. We're talking about many students. That is why we have the S. So we're going to use they. They study. Right here, Colbert is nice. Colbert is nice. Or I can say he is nice. Colbert is nice or he is nice. Next we have Brooklyn. Brooklyn is not a person. It's a city. So anything that is not human, it's it. Example, a chair. A chair is not a person. So it. It is a chair. A car. It is a car. A dog. It is an animal. Or a cat. It is an animal. Or a place. It is a building or it is a place. A park. It is a place. All right. So Brooklyn will use it for it is a city. Then we have my parents love my car. My parents love my car. All right. So since we're talking about both parents, I will say they love my car. Then we have my parents and I love the car. My parents and I love the car. We love the car, all right? So I'm going to erase everything that's on the board. So what we're going to do right now, I'm going to do subjective pronouns with be verb, all right? We're going to do subjective pronouns with be verbs and contraction forms, all right? So for those of you guys that don't know what is a contraction form, that's what we're going to do. Meanwhile, I want you guys to look at everything on the board. Give me 1 second and I will be right back. So we're gonna do, don't worry about what's on the board after the live. I will post everything for you guys. So not to worry, you will have everything. So I took pictures already for you guys. All right? So now, we're gonna do subjective pronouns and be verb with contractions. All right? All right. Okay. So remember, guys, when I started earlier, I said to you guys, when we're doing subjective pronouns, we use I for myself, he for a man or for a boy, she for a woman or for a girl, it for a thing, anything that is not a person. All right? And I give you guys some examples, like a house, that's a thing, a park, or an animal, all right, or a fruit. My marker, for example, it is my marker because it is not human. So therefore, we will use the word it. We for myself and someone else. So if I'm talking about myself and someone else, I will say we, meaning you and I, we. They for many people. So now, if I'm gonna do subjective pronouns with be verbs, I'm gonna start with I am, you are, he is, she is, it is, we are, you are, and they are. Now, with contraction forms, I am will be I'm. You are, your. He is, his. She is, shiz. It is, its. We are, we're. You are, your. They are, their. All right? So now, when we talk about subjective pronoun with be verbs, we're talking about everything that's on this side. All right? So when we talk about be verb, we're talking about am, are, and is. We have three. That is why later when we start using the subjective pronoun with sentences, keep in mind, if you are talking about yourself, let me take myself for example. If I am talking about myself, I will use I am. If I'm talking about you, I will say you are. If I'm talking about a guy, one guy, I will say he is. If I'm talking about one boy, yes, I'll say he is. If I'm talking about one girl or one female, I'll say she is. If I'm talking about one thing, let's say I'm talking about my marker, I'm gonna say it's. If I'm talking about myself and someone else, I will say we are. If I'm talking about you all over here, this is the second person plural, okay? Now, right here, this is the second person singular. What is the difference between this you and that you, okay? So when I use this you, I'm talking about one person that is in front of me. If I'm talking to Lanier, I will say, Lanier, you are nice. John, you are kind, or you are tall, or you are short, or you are big. But when I am using this you, this is plural. That's not singular. This is singular. This is plural. This is first person singular, second person singular, he, she, and it, third person singular. We are first person plural, we. You, second person plural, and they, third person plural. All right? So over here, when we're doing the contraction form, why do we use contraction? Contraction, we use them to make things simpler. If I want to make something simple and easier, I'm going to use the contraction forms. Instead of me saying I am, I'm going to say I'm. Right now, I am teaching. If I'm going to use the contraction form, I'm going to say I'm teaching. I'm. You are. You're listening. Instead of saying you are listening, I will say you're listening. You're listening. He is. Using the contraction form, he is. He is talking. He is talking, or he's talking. He's talking. She is. She is working. She is working. She's working. She's working. It is. It is black. It is black. My marker, it's black. So when I use the contraction form, I make it simpler and shorter. It's black. We are. We are here. We are here. We're here. We're here. You are. You are writing. You are writing. You're writing. They are. They are learning. They are learning. They're learning. All right? So, don't forget, with using subjective pronoun with be verb, when the subject is about me, I will start with I am or I'm. When the subject is about you, you will start with you are or you're. When the subject is about a man, I can start with he is. All right, but keep in mind, if I'm the one that is talking about the man, I will start with he is. But if it's the man that is talking about himself, the he will be I for himself. So if Colbert is talking about himself, Colbert is the subject, he will say I am, since he is talking about himself. But if I am the one that is talking about Colbert, I will say he is. He is nice. He is tall. He is caring. He is here. He loves the class. He cares about everyone. And also, you will hear I add an S when using the verbs. All right? He cares. He knows. She is. If I'm talking about a female, I will use she is, or I will do the contraction form she's. She's listening. She's working, or she's talking, or she's here. All right. If I'm talking about an animal, if I have a cat and I'm talking about my cat, I will say it is nice, it runs fast, it is big, it eats a lot. Why do I add an S? Because third person singular, so therefore he, she, and it. Add an S with the verb. We are, you and I. Or I will do the contraction form and say, we're here, we're working, we're practicing, we're learning English. You are present, or you're present. You're working today. You're listening. You're trying. You're inviting. You're sharing. You're subscribing. They are here. They are students, or I can say they're students. I need to add an S because it's not singular, so I have to say they're students. That tells you when you use the be verb are, that means that whatever you're talking about is plural. When you use is, it means that whomever or whatever you're talking about is singular. I'm Myrtleyn, or I'm Myrtleyn. I am your teacher, or I'm your teacher. You are my student, or you're my student. He is in class, or he's in class. She is sleeping, or she's sleeping. It is working. It's working. So when I say it is, that doesn't necessarily mean I'm talking about an animal. If you have a phone, it works. If you have a TV, it works. If you have a watch, it works. It is working. We are listening, or we're listening. You are subscribing, or you're subscribing. They are here, or they're present. I want to take this time to thank each and all of you guys for watching. If tonight is your first time watching me, my name is Myrtleyn. We meet every Mondays at 7:30. If you have not subscribed with me on YouTube, after this live, type Speak English with Myrtleyn. That's how you'll be able to subscribe with me. Please feel free to invite a friend or a family that wants to learn English with us. So I'll see you guys next Monday at 7:30. Stay positive. Have a blessed night.